Assalamualaikum and a good day to my audience. My name is Nabil bin Mama Anuar and I am a researcher in the fields of immunology and a director of my company Z Biotech. In the recent years of COVID-19 pandemic, we are doing our best to combat this disease by playing our different roles. Some of you might think that we're doing relatively fine and some of you think otherwise. Let me pose a question. Why are we still getting drastic fluctuations in the daily statistics of COVID-19 infections? The daily cases has reached a whopping 7,000 cases as of June 2021 and it has been fluctuating in between 5,000 to 6,000 cases ever since. With the numbers presented daily on the news, it's now the new norm for us to adhere to new rules and regulations applied to citizens in regards to the pandemic. I don't have to tell you what rules those are, but I would want to ask a favor from all of you. That is to imagine a world where we can walk freely in public without the need of a face mask, no social distancing, and the right to go shopping without needing to register at the counter every time you walk into a different booth. Surely, there must be ways that can be implemented in order to achieve this degree of freedom. As Socrates once said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. As of 2021, the COVID-19 pandemic caused a lot of drawbacks in society as a whole. Those drawbacks include economic and social disruption, where countless people have lost their jobs, millions of people at risk of falling into poverty, school closures, ineffective online distance learning, increasing domestic violence, and a list of other problems I would take a long time to finish. Not to mention the number of lives lost due to the virus. If this goes on any longer, more problems would arise, leading to a harsher life than before. For instance, the rapid growth of daily cases could potentially outnumber the available commodities, forcing patients to be put in an unoptimal recovery state with decreasing recovery center capacity. This would further cause a retardation in the number of cured patients and might even potentially halt the progress of combating coronavirus. Therefore, there is a great need for us to take action to enter into a new world and new norms without coronavirus. Introducing Strausservax, the most efficient coronavirus vaccine up to date. Strausservax is a modernized new generation of RNA vaccines that contain a messenger RNA. Now, are there any differences this new vaccine provide compared to conventional vaccines? The brief answer is yes. While conventional vaccine makes use of weakened or inactivated pathogens and their antigens, RNA vaccines contain messenger RNA that encodes for the antigen itself. This means that the antigen is produced inside our bodies once the mRNA reaches into the cells. The antigen would then be displayed on the cell membrane, from which the events would play similar to that of a conventional vaccine. Also, Strausservax is a self-amplifying RNA vaccine, which means that this vaccine contains the mRNA needed to encode the enzyme that itself could generate many copies of the antigen encoding mRNA. Therefore, the amplification of the production of antigen can be made with just a small dose of the vaccine. Strausservax also poses very little to no side effects, as the possibility of the antigen integrating into the cell's nucleus is low. Why, you might ask? Because the protein synthesis happens in the cytoplasm. The RNA molecules do not necessarily have to interfere with cell's genome. However, what are the real advantages Strausservax have compared to conventional vaccines? For starters, Strausservax's use of mRNA cancel out the need to mass produce weakened actual pathogens and risk potential hazard. Conventional vaccines can take a long time, up to months, as the inactive or weakened pathogens are made inside chicken eggs or mammalian cells, while RNA can be produced in an instant from a computer's electronic sequence that takes only a week. Lastly, With the help of bioengineers in Esther Z Biotech team, Strazavax is a well-equipped with thermostable properties vaccine. This makes it easier for storage and distribution around the world as the vaccines do not require a specific optimal temperature range. With Strozervax, we are taking one step further than just adhering to rules and regulations. We are literally stopping the disasters caused by the specific pathogen. After the first dose, the immunity would have been already working at 45% capacity. The second dose, which can be taken 14 days after, would boost the capacity up to 120%. With this efficiency, we predict the society to be fully recovered from this deathly COVID 19 by 2024. Imagine a world without mandatory face mask, social distancing, stay at home policies, and whatnot. We can all go back to the way we lived before and not worry about our loved ones being at the mercy of this pesky microorganism. If you are intrigued, you can take your Strazervax shot by leaving your number in the email address at estherz@gmail.com. Our team would organize the set dates for the vaccine shots after you filled in the required form. May we be able to stop coronavirus. Thank you.